Welcome everyone. We
Hi.
are so excited to be here with you today. I am Sherry.
I'm Stacy.
And we are here to talk to you about the club with my girlfriend's quilt shop. How many of you are excited to find out more about the club and what we're going to be doing in 2026?
Can you believe it's 2026?
I can't. I'm like, what? What happened to this year? And
exactly.
Here we go. Just so you know, the club for 2026 is going for sale a little bit early. And if you haven't seen it, it is already for sale at the lowest price we are going to offer it. So you have got between now and October 31st to get it at the price of $159.
That's such a bargain.
It is
a bargain deal
for
everything. Look at all those hearts.
I know. Thanks, everyone. Well, we are here because we know that a few of you are like, what is this club and what is it all about and what is included in this? Because we get a lot of questions and today we want to provide some answers for you.
So we hope we can answer your questions. What we'll do is we'll go through and just kind of give you an overview of what the club is. And then at the end, we'll have like kind of a question and answer period. And hopefully we answer those questions for people who might not know what the club is.
Yeah, because we get that sometimes it's a little bit confusing. Sometimes you've heard free patterns, but you don't know what else is included. So we want to make sure we cover all of that. And like we like to think of the club as kind of your little hub for a full year of being creative, having connection, and getting inspired, not only by us, but by all of the others in the club. And the club is just for you.
Exactly.
Yep.
I love the community that the club has.
Yes.
If nothing else, I love to have access to other quilters who inspire me and encourage me to try things that I have never tried before.
Yeah, and it is a great place. It is a great positive environment to
exactly
to kind of spread your wings if you're new to quilting, or to stretch them if you're kind of have been doing quilting for a while and sewing and are ready for that little push, that little nudge.
Exactly.
So let's start. We're going to go over some of the basics. Okay, so
do you want me to?
Yep, you go ahead and start.
So for what we do is the club is one calendar year. We typically start in the middle of January, but we're actually, we're kind of liking this. Let's start things a little bit early. So we're going to actually start the club a week early. So this year, the club will open to everyone who's joined on January 6th. So a whole week early.
Yes, I love that.
That's awesome, because we want to make sure we get everything in the month of January.
Yep.
So we'll open it to this on the 6th, and the club will go from the 6th of January to December 31st, 2026. So it's one calendar year. And it doesn't matter when you join the club, if you join it, in January or if you join it in March, it goes to the end of that calendar year.
Yep. So if you join right now, you're not going to have access to anything. We get that. That's the hard part about selling it earlier, is like you have to wait until that January 6th date. And on that January 6th date, you will get an email that will say, hey, welcome to the club. Here's where you go to join at MGQS Plus, and your portal will be full of all of the club goodness there. And then you will also have an invitation to our private Facebook group.
Exactly.
So that's what we mean by open the club. And then about a week after that, then what will we do, Stacy?
We'll have a kickoff. We'll do something similar to this. We'll either do it on Zoom or we'll probably do a Zoom, is my guess. We'll do a Zoom or a Facebook Live, and we'll just kind of give you what, each year we have a theme. We started that about 2 years ago, having a theme for the year. So it just makes it that much fun. This year it was lights, camera, action, and we did everything movie theme related. Each month we had a different genre of movies. This month, it's because it's Halloween, we did thrillers and mysteries and that kind of genre. And we do challenges that go along with the theme. We, what else? We
have challenges. We also have, we've had some sew-alongs that are themed with a different movie inspiration, where we've kind of been all over the place. We did some Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, that was fun. We even had a personal tour from Todd and Tammy going through the area where Napoleon Dynamite was
Yes.
filmed, and it was so fun to have that.
And they're a great way to gather virtually. You get to sew in your own sewing room and on your own projects that you choose, but then you get to have your girlfriends pop in and entertain you and say hi and answer questions and all of that. So that's been a lot of fun. Should we take a look at MGQS Plus?
Because if you don't know, there are hundreds of patterns in the portal, which sometimes I'll refer to as Kajabi because that's what I see on my end. But this is our mgqsplus.com, and that's where you would go to find all of the patterns.
Yep. And so before we jump over there, I'm going to show you this right here because these are some patterns that we had in the club once upon a time. And they then took them, they were created for the club, and they're like, hey, these are great, let's kit them up. And so the patterns have been there for a couple of years, but like, look how fun these little mini quiltlets are. Those patterns live in the club, and you have access to those on that opening date of January 6th. So let's go ahead and go to the computer if we can.
Someone asked, if you join, can you download patterns in your library? Definitely. You can.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a little bit tricky because are you talking about the library that we have for the new library that we just had?
It won't be in the new library.
Yes.
You will have to, this is a totally separate entity than the library that MGQS has.
Yes.
So this is MGQS Plus. So with the club, again, it's a calendar year subscription. It's kind of like, we like to compare it to Netflix. You get access to those patterns for as long as you're a member. Once you stop your membership, you no longer will have access to those patterns. But we keep the patterns in from year to year. So we have, how many years? 5 years,
5 years
worth
of patterns.
And it keeps growing and growing every year.
Yep. So let's take a look at MGQS Plus just so that you guys can take a look at what you're going to see. If you haven't been a member, or if you have, this is similar to what it should look like. And sometimes people get confused right here because this says purchase the club and they think that's the link to the club, but this just takes you back to our website to get into the club. So what we're going to do is come up to here and we're going to click on my account. So when I click on that, I'm already signed into my account. I have my password stored there. And if I open it up, I see the 3 parts that make up the club. So I have the patterns and the printables, I have the QC Vault, and I have the MGQS online classes. And we're just going to take a quick peek at each of these sections so you get a kind of a glimpse of what's inside the club. So if I come here to patterns and printables, we know that this is everyone's favorite.
This is where you would, when Chris or Allison say the pattern is in the club, this is the portion of the club where you will find those patterns and printables.
Yep. So here's the patterns. The printables, a lot of those free technique sheets that we've been handing out, like I think they've already given out 2 this week.
Yep.
You'll be able to find those in there. We keep them kind of all organized. So if you don't want to print out your everything, you can find it here. And so I'm going to go into patterns because it is one of our favorite sections. And we go in there, and Stacy does you guys all a big favor, and anything that's been talked about lately, she will put right here in this section to do the new releases or patterns that have been shown on 3 Things Live. So these are all of the ones shown in October.
And then I clean it out at the end of the month. So then it's reset for the next month.
Yep. And here we have things that are, we're gonna make that a little bit bigger so you can see that a little bit better. So if I go to the comments sold, here's the patterns that are shown on comments sold. And then I go into this one. This was our monthly tag. So every month this year we've gotten a new bag tag, and those are all kind of combined together. Next year these will be moved because we'll have something new going in there.
Yeah, that is always free for the club, that yearly.
Yep.
It's free for the club.
So this year was the bag tags. We can go through all of those. And then those of you that are haven't been in the club, we just released our mystery quilt, and it is adorable, and it is right there.
You can probably click on, I'm trying to think which one I put it under.
So let's just click on 5. So there's a sneak peek of it, and they did a little live that talked about it, and so it ended up that you can see the video, and then if you go over here on the right side is where you find the download. And if you have any questions about that, you can go down here and make comments, and we can answer those comments right in there too. So it's kind of a personal platform to ask questions and get answers right about those specific
And in that particular pattern, you could see there was a video attached to it. Because we do those ones on our Facebook Lives. So I attach the patterns because Facebook now, limits how long a pattern or a live can be.
Okay, so that's kind of the patterns and printables in a nutshell. And let's go to this QC Vault. This is one that I think often gets overlooked, but if you come in here, there are a bunch of little 2 to 3 minute tutorials on a whole bunch of different things. So if you're like, I don't remember how to join the strips of my binding, you can see that I personally have watched this one a lot because I always forget how to do this.
You have it checked.
Yes, I have it checked. Check. And joining the ends of the binding. So if I go in there, then it has a video tutorial on how to do that. And so if I watch that, once again, if I have questions, I can ask them right here. This one has a lot of questions and answers over the years, and you're able to see all of those. And so if there's an update or if someone had a question, it might be the same question you had, but it's right there on that video, and it makes it really nice to have that. So the other section that we have that I also think gets often overlooked is that we have some MGQS online classes. So Stacy, on these, because you're always the one that's like, no one ever remembers these. What do you want to tell them about those classes?
That we've got classes on there from years ago.
Yeah.
That I know I have a lot of patterns that had classes that I still haven't made, but now I can go back and I can watch these videos. We've got Kimberbell, some of the Kimberbell classes on there. We've got, I always put our embroidery club ones that we do monthly with Sandra and Kyle.
So this is a flipping out bag. That's a by Annie pattern. So if you were to buy that, it's not available through the club, but you can still purchase that pattern and go through it. And then also remember, there's always this show more button here at the bottom, right
and I think
here.
People forget about that. They see, oh, there's only like 5 things. No, there's tons more, and there's more pages afterwards.
Yep, so these are just the bags. So those are all different bag classes that we have. Then some of them are going to be girlfriend patterns, and some of them are other patterns. So don't forget to look into all of those and see what classes are there. Like I said, there's whole Kimberbell pillows.
Bench pillows, and there's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
So explore it. I know a lot of people don't look, they go to the patterns and printables and they skip the other 2 categories, but there is a lot to see in those other 2 categories.
Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of more videos here on bindings.
Yes.
So all kinds of different things that you can see there. So this is all part of the things found at MGQS Plus. We also call it the Club Portal or Kajabi. Yep, so don't be confused that those 3 names, we try and not call it Kajabi.
The only reason we'll call it Kajabi is because there is an app that you can get on your phone that is called Kajabi. And so if we say Kajabi, that's why.
Yeah.
Because there is an app. So you can, if you are at a quilt shop and you see that, oh, I didn't get what materials I needed, you can bring it up really quickly.
Yeah, it's easiest to find on your phone using that app.
I did see a question, someone asked, are these patterns free? Yes. As long as you're a member of the club, these patterns are free to you.
Yep. So, and if you're going, I'm not sure if I want to join, I see that some people are like, I'm stocking up on toner and I'm going to print a bunch. That's great. If you're not going to join us again, we're really sad. We'll miss you. But if you're there, they're just going to be there.
They'll still be there.
We keep them all organized. We bring them forward like for the seasons or when we're talking about them, and then we put them back in their categories so that they're there waiting whenever you're ready, which is kind of a nice, and it's 24/7. So if you're a midnight sewer like us, we're there for you. I love that,
And
don't
when
you?
it's after work hours, we're sewing.
Yeah,
so.
we're sewing, but we are there. So let's talk about some of the things we put in this year, because people are often asking us, well, will I get new patterns? Is it just old patterns? How many patterns did we add just this year?
So far, I think we're up to 80 patterns this year.
80.
So if you think about that, and they're running around $3 to $6, $7
or more.
For free. It is. I think you can pay. It pays for itself within the first 2 months
Yeah.
of joining the club.
Yes.
So
just know that, and a lot of people are like, hey, I've already seen these ones. Next year, it will be different patterns that we'll be adding in there. So once you get inside the club and inside MGQS Plus, you will have access to all of the patterns from all 5 years. And then remember, we'll keep adding to it. Matter of fact, we have something we're going to be adding to the club that you guys have been asking for. We have all of the tea towels from 2 years ago.
yeah, so we're going to be adding. If you didn't purchase those, you're going to now get the tea towels. And what I do with those is I add them in monthly. This year we added the mini quilts that we did from 2 years ago, and I add those in monthly. So we're going to do the same thing, but with the tea towels. So that's going to be a fun thing you're going to get for free for being a club member.
Isn't it so fun? And it's the embroidery designs on these ones specifically. It's embroidery or sewing. And we like to kind of hit a little bit for everyone so that everyone has a chance, whether you're a sewer or an embroiderer or maybe a little bit of a serger or even a little bit of hand stitching. There's a little bit of all of that in there for you. So that is great with the patterns. I did see someone just ask us, what about pricing? I've never heard of your club. How do I sign up? What is the pricing right now?
This is the time to get in the club. If you're a first-time joiner, this is the lowest the club will be. It's going to be $159.99.
Yep.
And after this, after October 31st, it's going up to $199.99.
Yep.
So now is the time to join. We thought we'd just give you a little bit more time because we know Christmas time, it's, you're buying Christmas presents. I just read a comment that said she made her husband buy her Christmas present today.
Yes, those husbands are getting that Christmas shopping done early this year. Right?
Someone said the tea towels just sold it for me.
Is it? I know.
I mean, just the tea towels alone
yes.
is worth the price of the club. I mean, you've paid for it.
Yep, and that's 2 tea towel designs
Yep.
and a hot pad every
Yes.
month that you will be getting access to. And it won't be all at once. You'll get them month by month.
You'll get them monthly. Yep.
So, and there will be another little bonus pattern that comes to the club that's different, like the bag tags. We're keeping that one under the wraps
That one you'll
for a
find
minute.
out. And
Yeah.
will there be scan and cut files? Those are more exclusive to, those are classes. I don't know. That's something we'd have to talk to Chris about. I will probably put in either the online classes or the quick clip videos. I will probably put the free ones in there so they're in one specific location so it's easier to find. I mean, you can find them I will send a link from YouTube so you can go look at them.
Yeah.
So you can find them that way.
Yeah. Which makes it nice because all of those videos, like if you watch Embroidery Club and you're like, I'm behind an Embroidery Club, Stacy has got you. She has
gotcha.
a whole section for all of them just in one area on that classes and online video
Especially
section.
the ones from like 2 years ago, from 2023. I have those all listed. You just click on the link. It'll send you directly to the YouTube page and you can watch it from there.
Yep. So, and a lot of times it will also have like the download if it's right there, if it's something that's an exclusive pattern for us too. So it's easy to find the class and the pattern right
Exactly.
there. All right, Stacy, what else do we want to tell them about?
Well, we did show you briefly that we did do a mystery quilt. We do a mystery quilt every year, and our Suzanne does our mystery quilts, and she really outdid herself this year.
Yes.
It's super darling.
It is
so.
a really cute Halloween, full-on Halloween. Next year, it won't be Halloween. So if you're like, well, I don't really like Halloween, next
That's
year it's
okay.
different. And she's got it The
we're looking
ideas,
at-
ideas are churning, and she's sending us some ideas, and I'm loving it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And like Sherry said earlier, we do sew-alongs, or sew-a-thons, I should say. We do those usually quarterly, where we will sew for like a 24-hour period from a Friday and a Saturday. And we have Zoom, it's on Zoom just like this, and we do check-ins, and we talk, and we play games. We give away prizes because it wouldn't be a girlfriend event if we didn't give away prizes,
No,
right?
yes. Lots of prizes.
One year we did the Kentucky Derby, and it was like, make your own Kentucky Derby hat. And we gave a prize for that. We did Napoleon Dynamite, and it was the boondoggle bracelets, making it out of your sewing supplies. So we just have these different challenges, and they're a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
But this year, we are going to add something in.
Oh, what is it?
So one of these times, because we used to call them sew-alongs, and you weren't really sewing the same thing. We're all sewing different things, so that's why we switched it to sew-a-thon. But this next year, we are actually going to do a sew-along during one of those 24-hour periods.
Yeah, which will be a lot of fun to see
So-
how everyone does.
Exactly.
So,
So what we'll do is we'll start off together and then let you go sew, and then we'll get back together, see where everyone's at, and we'll just do it that way. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited for this.
yes. Oh, she wishes that was more check-ins. We tried that a little bit, and people got tired of hearing us. So that's why we do the check-ins.
We like to give you sewing time.
Yes, yes. So,
Yeah, so that's going to be new. We always do. We'll have some of the same things that we've done in past years. Like we always do Super Bowl weekend. We always call it Super Sew. So we're going to do that. This year we added the Jelly Roll race during the Indy 500. I think we're still going to do a Jelly Roll race, but we're going to do it at a different time of the year. And we're going to add in some other new
we have so
activities.
much fun. We're always like, what can we do? What can
What's
we
new?
do?
What can we add that's
can we change
different?
up? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we are adding some new activities.
The other thing that we usually do each year is we do some kind of a swap. And next year, we're going back to one of our favorites.
One of our favorites from the
So
beginning
that's
of the year.
that's all we should tell them, right?
Exactly.
It was one of our favorite ones, and we're like, it's time
To do that one again.
To do that one again. So
We did ugly Christmas sweaters this year, and
They were
I
so
can't really
cute.
say they were ugly because
No.
they were so cute.
Yeah, they were. It was a fun swap.
It was a fun swap.
All right, what else? What else do they need to know about?
Okay, so the other thing we do in the club is we have a private Facebook group, which we love. Now we know a lot of you don't like to use Facebook, and that's okay. It's an option. But we're going to show you what our Facebook group looks like, and we love it because this is where you can post things you're working on, post your challenges. This week or this month, we'll bring it up. Let's go to the featured section.
Okay, so this is just a little peek into what the club looks like, and we have our featured section where we have all of the biggest headlines that come from us. So this will be any challenges, any announcements, contests are all in the featured section.
We also send a monthly email, so if you're not on Facebook, you will get the email with the challenge and with all the information as well. We just like to put it on the Facebook because we know you like to interact with one another.
And it is a lot of fun, and you'll also see a few of the files there, and of course, the discussion. I always love the discussion. I love you guys to post what you're working on. You can see some of these here. And sometimes, like, this is actually one of the challenges because we're looking for witch hats.
We're looking for witch hats, some of your favorite Halloween quilts. Oh, there's our ugly
There's some
sweaters.
ugly sweaters making an appearance. I love those.
And I love how everyone, supports everyone.
Yes.
You'll get comments from people you don't know who are like, that is such a beautiful quilt, or that is darling. Look at all those.
Look at all the
beautiful-
inspiration that you're going to get there. We just love to see that. All right. What are the other things that they need to look forward to in 2026?
Well, let's see. We talked about our sew-a-thons. We talked about our swaps, our monthly challenges, our prizes, our mystery quilt. We are, this year we did do a technique of the month, and we focused it on stars. We did this, our MGQS Star Walk of Fame, because we're doing Hollywood movies, let's do a walk of star. And so each month we did a block, and you learned a new technique. We did applique, just basic applique. We did the crumb quilt, or crumb, what is it called? It's
The crumb quilting technique?
Technique. I was
There
like,
you go.
what is that word? I'm like blanking. But just different techniques. And we finished it, and then next month we will get together and talk about what can you do with these techniques or with these stars. But next year, we're kind of doing something similar, but we're going to actually have a project in mind afterwards. So it's almost like we're doing 2 mystery quilts in the same year.
Yes.
But one will be monthly, and one will be within like a 6-week period of time.
So a lot of fun there. And we're going to go. Is that all we need to know about the club? Are we ready to take on a couple of questions?
I think we should take on some questions.
Okay, because I see this. Last year, we got a free gift.
Oh, yes, you did.
Do we want to tell them?
Yeah, I think we
Let's
can
tell them. This year, we're going to go back to, you guys got a free gift a few years ago, and it's been everyone's favorite. So we took it, we twisted it, and we made it ready for the club.
Something similar here, but we don't.
We are going to be giving you a ruler. And so it is going to be a 6.5 by 6.5 inch ruler. Do you guys love that? And there's a reason behind it.
There is a definite reason behind the 6.5 by 6.5 inch ruler.
Yes.
Because you're going to be using that 6.5 by 6.5 inch ruler every month for this monthly block that we're going to do.
So you'll have at least 13 patterns that are tied right to that ruler. And the other good thing is if you purchase now, because of the free shipping threshold that's going on for the summer,
it's shipped for free.
It will ship for free. And so go ahead and sign up. $159 between now and October 31st. After that, it's going to be $199, which is still an amazing deal.
Yes, for everything you get.
Yep, and like I said, those patterns will keep coming through. So what are the other important things we need to tell them? Anything else?
No, I think we've got it. So let's take some questions.
Okay, I do see one that says, is there a separate club for embroidery? I will say not the club. There, we do have what we call embroidery club that is the first Tuesday of every month, and it does get a little confusing. That is tied to our Kimberbell design, and you have to purchase each of those either in the kit, and they're not for sale yet. They're coming soon. They're coming in about a week or two, I think. That they'll sell that all for the next year, or you can do those every month. You can purchase the design that is the Kimberbell design. So it's the Kimberbell Embroidery Club.
Yep. So that's a separate. Totally separate from the club. So you've got the Premier Embroidery Club, you've got Christmas Club, again, which is totally separate, and then you've got the OG, the club.
The club. And is this club for beginners?
Yes.
Yes.
It's for any beginners, intermediate, advanced. It is just fun because I love having people who are just brand new, because you have those experienced quilters who are so eager to help you and want to see you succeed. And that's what I love.
Yes, and people are willing to answer questions, but there's also some of the patterns are going to be super easy, and you might have some that are a little bit more advanced, but we're there to answer your questions like that. So Sandy has a question that says, when you have a mystery quilt, is there a kit that needs to be purchased? This last year we didn't have a kit. We just gave you the fabric requirements, and so you purchased that, or a lot of people just pulled from their stash. So it kind of will go both ways. We've talked about this next year having a kit that you can purchase, or you still get the pattern and you can just pull your own fabrics if you want to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have another question that says, this is my first year in the club and we'll be purchasing the 2026. Will we have to rejoin the Facebook group again? Yes, you do. Because what we end up doing is at the end, December 31st, okay, I'm going to be honest, probably not the 31st, maybe the 2nd of January, because, you know, I have a holiday. I like to spend time with my family on the 31st. So What we do is we kind of purge everyone out of Kajabi or the club portal, MGQS Plus. We remove everybody.
And the Facebook page.
And the Facebook group, because we have to let those people that do not sign up again, we need to let them out. And it's just easier to purge everyone at once. And then on January 6th, we'll start letting you back in. And we will let you, again, we will send an email out and let you know when that will be available.
Yes, and that's a great point that we do that, and it's so that we keep all of that content in that Facebook group, so you can go back and see it from a couple of years ago, but it's still there. I have some questions about like machine embroidery. Some of those classes really go in depth over machine embroidery, and then some of the machine quilting. We do have some free motion quilting classes within those classes, if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for something different, let us know, because there are some long arm classes that you can download for free too, if that's what you're looking for with machine quilting, is that.
And if you're not a machine quilter, should I join the club?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
There are quilting, there's bag classes, so it's for both quilting and machine embroiderers. So if you're hung up on, all it is machine embroidery, it's not. There are so many cute patterns in there that are sewing patterns, quilting.
And our friend Lori is asking, she's like, if I join next year, do I have access to all those older patterns?
Definitely do. You've got all of those.
Yep. So it's kind of like if you were to join Netflix, and Netflix doesn't start with just the movies they loaded up that day. You have access to the movies that have been going on. They may take some out and put some in, but yes, you have access to all of those patterns. So the 80 patterns that we've already added this year, you have access to those on day one when you join.
The one difference that we have that Netflix does, that's different from Netflix, is what Sherry was just saying. They take out content. We don't.
Yeah.
We leave it in. So our content is there from 2021 through 2025, and then we add in 2026. So all those patterns will still be there. So you don't have to worry about that.
Sally is asking if she can see more samples. So if we can come back to the computer, we can scroll a little bit more and see a few more of those patterns. So this is just one section.
Okay, so go back up just a second. Right there is our Star Walk of Fame block right there. That was a new technique that we just learned this month.
Yep. So as we scroll down, this is all of the new patterns. We come to the comment sold patterns that they've been showing. We have the monthly tags. They're all right there. So there's going to be 10 tags pretty soon.
And our newest one should be coming out this week.
Yep.
So look out for that one.
Here's the mystery quilt. And here's some machine embroidery patterns. Here's the Star Walk of Fame. So we have 10 patterns almost there. Here's a whole section of bags and baskets. And if you go like this and you scroll down and you're like, oh, that's not very many. Well, if you come here to show more, then you come into the bag and basket section and you see that there are 5 of these pages that are like that. So that's how many of the pages there are for just the bags and baskets. And then we're going to keep coming down. There's banners, pennants, and flags. So last year we added a new pennant for each month. So you have a new one for each month. There's some cross stitch and hand embroidery. Here is some machine embroidery, and that is kind of in its own section, but it's also there. We had the tic-tac-toe patterns, which were a favorite a few years ago. And then here's another mystery quilt from a few years ago, which has got some beautiful techniques in there that was done by Melissa Mason of Quilt All the Things. Here's the mystery quilt of 2024. There's the banners. Here's some bowl fillers from a few years ago.
Not this year's, but these were about 3 or 4 years ago, I think, these bowl fillers.
Here's some of those recipes that we have. And here's some of the minis that we have.
These are the ones that are coming in that we're adding in this year, those mini quilts.
Yep, and there's the mini quilts that we showed at the beginning. You can see all 12 of those quiltlets. Here's pillows. And once again, I said you can go down here to show more, and there's going to be 4 or 5 pages of those different projects. And we're not even to the quilts yet, guys.
And so I know I saw someone ask quickly if the embroidery pattern is also with the sewing pattern. If it is a dual pattern, if there's embroidery and a sewing pattern, both of those will be in the club.
Yeah. So like it just goes on and on. There's pillows, there's quilts, there's quilt
Quilt
blocks,
blocks.
there's bags, there's projects for kids, there's kitchen projects. There's so many different categories that all have multiple patterns in there. So well worth just the access to those free patterns. And like I said, we continue to add patterns all through next year. So
Debbie was asking, when will the pillow from today's 3 Things Live be in the club? That one is already in the club. I haven't been able to move it to the new releases or 3 Things Live because I have been traveling up here, so I haven't had time to put those particular patterns. But it is already in the club. So if you just search, there is a search bar, and maybe that's something
let's go up to
we
the
can
top.
show. Let's show you how you can search.
So the search, when we first got this, was not very good. It's better now, but I will tell you, anytime you search, you're going to come right up here to the top to search. And if you click on that, searching for less is going to give you more results. So if I was to come here and type popcorn, for instance, because we've been doing a lot with movies this year, so of course we have to have popcorn. And if I come here, I can see that I'm here for the popcorn movie night quilt, let's pop some popcorn, confetti popcorn, popcorn block, and a movie night bag tag.
Yep.
All of that just under the word popcorn. So yes, Marianne was asking if the technique sheets are in there. They are in the printable section.
They will be, yeah. When they first come out, I'll put them under the new releases, but by the end of the month, I will move them down to the printable sections under technique sheets.
Yeah, so there are so many different technique sheets in the club, and so it's great to have access to them because you don't always have to print them.
Exactly.
And you're able to search and be like, I can't remember how to do binding. I search.
And you don't want to go flip through all your patterns that you might have printed out already.
Yep.
You can just quickly find it in the club.
Yep. All right. Are there any other questions before we go that we need to answer your questions? The name of today's pillow.
I can't remember what. Hold on, we got to ask our Kathy because she's the one who actually designed it. What was it, Kathy? Nordic
Winter. So search Nordic. Should we see if we can find it?
Yeah, here we go. She's going to go to search and she's going to put Nordic Winter.
I'm just going to put Nordic. There it is, the Nordic Winter Pillow. So all I did was go up there and search Nordic, and it is the Nordic Winter Pillow. We did do it in different fabrics today. So this is the pillow when it was first designed. It was a charm pack pillow, and there it is, right there.
Exactly. So if you don't see it, a lot of times it will take at least a day for it to be moved into new releases. I try to stay on top of it as much as possible to get those 3 Things Live into the club, but sometimes it might take a day before I can get it right where you can find it.
Yep.
Someone asked if we could show the tea towels again.
And these are just some of them. There were 12 sets that we did that we'll be putting in. So each of these will have 2 towels and 1 hot pad. So each month, starting in, I think the first one is a cute little heart that we do so that you sew it in January for your February design. This was,
that one.
I know this was a summer one. This is the little strawberry lemonade. So there's the strawberries. Here's the cute little lemonade.
Look at this one. Look
And
at that
the
hot
little,
pad.
this was a little flower one, so it looks kind of like a little tulip. So those will be added in, and it is so much fun. So those are the tea towels that will be coming in. And Heidi says the club members are all super helpful, so if you can't locate them, just ask and we will get you an answer.
And a lot of times they'll post a link directly to it.
Yep.
So
All right, any other questions? Is the grandfathered pricing available? Let's talk about that because it's always a question we get. When we started this club, we said, hey, do you guys have faith in us? Do you trust us? And so we asked a certain group of people that way back in the beginning, if you'll trust us, we're going to grandfather you in at this price. And so if you were grandfathered in, you have to consecutively signed up for every year since the beginning of the club. So I think it was in 2021 that you signed up with that pricing to get grandfathered in. And so at that point, that pricing stays the same. If you believe you meet those qualifications, look in your email. An email went out on Saturday that will give you that pricing.
Now I'm going to say, if you are a Gmail account, look in your promotions folder.
Yep.
Because 9 times out of 10, that's where that email will go. And if you still can't find it, if you will just email us at theclub@mygirlfriendsquiltshop.com, I can help locate it, make sure that you are that grandfathered member.
And I have someone who's asking, is it a totally online patterns, or are there any kits that come with the membership? It is totally online. You will get the ruler shipped to you.
Yes.
So that is the thing that will be shipped to you this year. There are other things. We didn't really talk about green glasses specials because we have had some that are just specifically where, you know, Todd puts on his green glasses, he gives a deal on comments sold. There have been some just for club members too this year.
Yes,
So,
Todd has been like, let's do this. And we're like, okay.
yep.
So there will be one coming up soon
Yeah.
that we've been thinking about.
Yes.
So
All right. The cost. So right now, until October 31st, the cost for the club, so it will start on January 6th and go through all of next year. The price for that is $159. That is the lowest price it is going to be. I will tell you that. I've seen what's coming up. Buy it now.
buy it before the end of the month.
Yeah, buy it before the end of the month, and it is just a great deal. And then the club will start. You'll get let in and get your membership on January 6th.
Exactly.
So.
All right. Well, we are excited that we were able to share with you all the club.
Yeah.
It is such a fun place to be.
Yep, a fun virtual community that we just love being part of. If you have questions, if you're watching a replay of this, go ahead and drop them here because we will keep watching this little broadcast to keep answering your questions. But other than that, I think we're ready to call it a night, Stacy.
Yep. We did have a question. Are there new patterns every year? Yes, there are.
Yes.
Every year.
Yep. So far this year, we've added in 80 patterns
And
that are
this-
brand new.
And we're still in October.
Yep.
We still have November, December. And I know Chris has some
The-
cute patterns coming up.
Yep.
So
All right. I think that's all. Are you ready to
Yes.
go?
I am ready.
Let's go.
Come
Thank you.
join
Yep,
us in the club.
Join
for
us in
2026.
We will see you in the club. Bye-bye, everyone.